And another round here of the Jubilee Challenge Cup. I mean, the quality of these junior women's quads have been absolutely fantastic at this event. It's so hard just to qualify and to get a start here. And on the left-hand side, Glasgow Academy. On the right-hand side, Headington School A.
It being the only junior women's event, everyone aims for it. And it's been fantastic to see the quality of crews racing here, but also how that's pushed on junior rowing, junior women's rowing, the chance to come and race here at Henley Royal.
We can see the Headington School A crew there just moving out to about a 3/4 length lead over the Glasgow Academy. The Glasgow School crew a little heavier, 69 kilos is the crew average. Headington School A, 66 kilo crew average. I mean, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference, but sometimes when you see a big disparity, it certainly gives you a bit of insight into what's going on.
This Headington crew is arguably a favourite for this event, so I'm not that surprised to see them leading out here. Their coach Ryan Demain has just done spectacular things over at Headington in the last 10 years.
You can see in this leading crew from Headington, Danielle Semple, Mattia Werthrick, Rosie Little and Katie King-Smith. I mean, they're looking so strong and comfortable now, aren't they?
Headington had a crew racing in the senior quads event at Henley Women's Regatta, and they actually lost the race to Tideway Scullers. I think the same crew that we've just seen. They lost by a few feet, and Tideway Scullers broke the course record for women's quads. So for a junior crew to be racing in a senior event and to get so close to winning it and to breaking, well, they did break the record time. Spectacular achievement.
Here we can see that great shot from overhead. And I mean, look at the togetherness in that Headington crew. Both crews look fantastic, but that Headington crew, you can see why they're sitting out in front here. They'll certainly be one of the favourites to get through to Sunday, I would think. We saw a very strong crew from Gloucester this morning, previous winners. So I think we've possibly seen the two finalists in this event so far this morning.
And that'll be a great matchup if that's what comes across. The overhead shot there is great because you can really see the way these good quality crews keep their angles the same between the blades. So that's something to look for if you're a bit newer to watching rowing, is to look to see that the distance between all the blades is the same, because that means that the crews are rowing in time but also rowing a very similar stroke length. So that's a hallmark of the great crews, and you can see that from that overhead shot really clearly.
That's right, and Ian Summerside, who's the coach at the Glasgow Academy School, he was really, really happy with their race yesterday. He said they executed it to perfection, but they know what a tough task they have against Headington today, that they're just going to go hard and see what happens. And the girls certainly not leaving anything to chance, putting it out there, but they're up against a really class act here. Headington School A, as we've said, one of the favourites. They're coming down towards the enclosures now. Look at that acceleration in the second half of the stroke. They're so together in what they're doing, but I really like what they're doing. Very dynamic, very stable through the back end.
Also very strong. They're not big women. As you said, their crew average is 66 kilos. They're really applying good power, and they probably have very good power to weight ratio, so they're really able to pick up their own body weight and move it along nicely.
It's very simple rowing too. There's not too much body movement, no up and down movement. They look very strong, good focus on posture, sitting up nice and tall. It's just really simple what they're doing. And that's what we've seen in a few of these junior crews, that other crews who are just keeping things pretty consistent, pretty simple, just nice, getting the fundamentals right.
Absolutely nice and efficient from these Headington girls here.
And a great shot there of the umpire launch following this race. No doubt the coaches and perhaps some parents of some of the athletes sitting in the boat there following the crews down. They're not able to coach or signal from that boat. They're just there to watch, and the only communication, if any, is required will come from the umpire to the crews, generally in regard to their steering. But that's another point as well, is the steering of these junior quads has been remarkable. I mean, we've seen some Cox crews that have come into more strife than these crews. They're so mature and so composed in the way that they race. It's very impressive.
It's such a high-pressure event, you know, with crews, people on the bank shouting, drunk people. You know, it's not an easy environment to be in. For these junior women to be handling it with such grace is really something.
Commanding performance here from Headington School A in this quarterfinal of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. A great race from Glasgow Academy to finish just a length and a quarter down. They knew they had a tough one. They raced well, but it is Headington School A through to tomorrow's semi-final.